President Erdoğan sword oath statement. Who are you drawing these swords for? We are working to clean it up. President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan said, "We will not allow our army to be worn down again," regarding the sword swearing incident at the Land War College graduation ceremony. "To whom are you drawing these swords?" President Erdoğan asked, adding, "We have held talks. We are working to clean it up." President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan attended the 21st Imam Hatipliler Kurultayı. Delivering a speech here, President Erdoğan made statements about the sword oath at the Land War School's graduation ceremony, which caused controversy. "To whom are you drawing these swords?" Stating that they will not allow the Turkish Armed Forces to be worn down, Erdoğan said, "Recently, some abusers appeared at the graduation ceremony and drew swords. To whom are you drawing these swords? We are taking steps to clean it." Stating that they discussed the issue with the National Defense University, the Land Forces Command, and the Ministry of National Defense, President Erdoğan said, "This could be 30 people. It could be 50 people. No matter who they are, it is not possible for them to be in our army. We are taking steps to remove them quickly." What happened? The footage recorded at the National Defense University MSU Land War College graduation ceremony became a hot topic on social media. Sources from the Ministry of National Defense stated that the incident regarding the oath images at the Land War College diploma receiving and colors handover ceremony was being examined in every aspect. The sources said, "In our Turkish Armed Forces, whose priority is to maintain the established discipline, there should not be the slightest doubt that no action, event, or situation contrary to discipline will be tolerated. The incident in question is being examined in every aspect. According to the determinations to be made as a result of the investigation, necessary actions will be taken against personnel who have intent, fault, negligence, or responsibility within the scope of disciplinary legislation. Therefore, the public should be at peace in this regard and should not rely on those who produce manipulation through these images according to their own agenda." Here are the highlights of President Erdoğan's speech at the 21st Imam Hatipliler Kurultayı. "We have many unsung heroes who have shouldered the ordeal of the Imam Hatip cause, and many foundations that have contributed to this great plane tree to this day. We have teachers who devoted themselves to this cause. We have many hard people who sweat to reach one more young person. Being an Imam Hatipli is a title I will wear until my last breath. In 22 years, we have produced many services for our country. We built roads, bridges, hospitals, cities, schools. We grew our country in economy, defense, and trade. We brought firsts to our country in every field. We broke records that were said to be unbreakable. We introduced Turkey to firsts in education, health, transportation, agriculture, internal and external security, in every field you can think of. We made Turkey the shining star of the world. All of these are important. None of these are the main goal of our struggle. For me personally, I have a rank and a title that I will carry with me from today until my last breath. And that is being an Imam Hatipli. If they ask me to name a single work I have done, I would say Imam Hatip. If they ask me to name a single work you have done in your lifetime, the answer I would give without hesitation is clear: to remove the obstacles in front of Imam Hatip schools, to increase their number and to improve the quality of education. Everything comes and goes. All titles come and go. But the seed you sow in the ground turns into a bushy sycamore. Our late elders sowed this seed in the ground. We planted new seeds and we have carried those seeds to all corners of Turkey. There were only 3 to 5 people who founded Imam Hatip. We were a handful. Now I see that we have become a flood, a sea, even an ocean. You are more, stronger than before. Dear Imam Hatipli brother, you exist. You are here. You are standing with pride. You are more than before. You are stronger than before. Do not forget this. If you exist, the call to prayer will be heard over my homeland forever. If you exist, our flag, which takes its color from the blood of our martyrs, will continue to wave gently. If you exist, this nation will continue to be the source of hope for the oppressed. This is what we, as Imam Hatipliler, have achieved first and foremost. Every person in this country is the apple of our eyes. We do not discriminate between schools. Every school in this country is very important for us. Imam Hatip are educational institutions that have fulfilled their raison d'etre. Imam Hatip is a symbol of resistance and resurrection, full of struggles at every stage. They will not be able to besiege our pen of faith. They are trying to besiege our fortress of faith from inside and outside. With their traitors, agents, mercenaries, all kinds of lies. They are especially targeting our faith with all kinds of apparatuses they have against our family, morality, and traditions. Just as they could not occupy our lands yesterday, they will not be able to besiege our fortress of faith today. The morality of youth is under attack. The media and social media ... in the hands of those who have evil intentions, those who aim at our faith and our homeland, they have turned into weapons of occupation. The morality of the youth, the faith of the youth, the institution of the family, and therefore our homeland are under a very clear and dangerous attack. All that content, which looks like entertainment, targets the faith of our nation and our youth like an insidious tumor. You will be the ones who will repel this invasion attack. They murdered Ekenur Sgygi. The land of Palestine has been occupied by the Zionists since the Ottoman Empire withdrew in 1918. Palestinians have been squeezed into tiny pieces of land in Ramallah and Gaza. Now Israel aims to occupy them by committing genocide. Yesterday they murdered a young child, Ekenur Sgygi, in a despicable way. Until today, they have killed 40,000 innocent civilians, 17,000 of them children. They will covet our homeland lands. Gaza is not an Israeli-Palestinian war, but a struggle between expansionist Zionism and Muslims defending their homeland. Some people, both in our country and in Islamic countries, see this as a distant issue, and they are sorely mistaken. I have said it before, Israel will not stop in Gaza. If Israel continues like this, it will set its eyes on other places. It will be the turn of other countries in the region. It will come to Lebanon, Syria. They will set their eyes on our homeland between Tigris and Euphrates. They openly say this with every map they pose in front of. They declare that they will not be satisfied with occupying only Gaza. That is why we say that Hamas resists on behalf of Muslims. That is why we say that Hamas is defending not only Gaza, but also Turkey. In such a critical period, Islamic countries must wake up and increase their cooperation. The new steps we have taken with Egypt and Syria are aimed at creating a line of solidarity against the growing threat of expansionism. All Islamic countries should also adopt a common stance against the Israeli occupation, which is uncertain where it will stop. To whom are you drawing these swords? We are always proud of the heroic members of our heroic army. We will not allow our army to be worn down again. Recently, some abusers appeared at the graduation ceremony and drew swords. To whom are you drawing these swords? It is not possible for them to be in our army. Now all the necessary investigations are being carried out regarding them. There are a few unprincipled people there, and they will be cleaned up. We didn't come here for no reason. It could be 30 people. It could be 50 people. No matter who they are, it is not possible for them to be in our army. We are taking steps to clean them up. We have 3 girls who came first. One of these girls is named Ikra. 3 sisters. Her name is Ikra. She is from Manisa and she came first. The other 2 are also Anatolian children. But of course, how they came to this game, now we are working on it. And we have held talks with our university on this issue. We have held talks with the land forces. We are taking steps to clean these quickly. Our army, which has achieved great victories throughout history as a prophet's hearth, will continue to give confidence to friends and fear to enemies.